All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Fantasy Football Today, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. I'm going to have a horrible week, Dave. My lineups are a freaking mess right now. Woo! It's rough out there. Like the weather in Carolina and Baltimore. And you said that you've made a lot of changes to your rankings this morning. We have a lot of news. Busy morning. So what big changes have you made? And good morning, everybody. Let's get a win this week, huh?
Everybody's going to get a win except for Adam. And I feel like all of my fantasy lineups are like that dragon meme that you see where there's two really tough looking dragons and then one nonsense dragon that's got its tongue out and his eyes, bulging out of his head. Like I've got a keeper league team where like I'm stacked and Bijan's one of my running backs and Kamani Vidal is the other. And it's just one of those nonsense dragons in my lineup. I think everybody's dealing with that now. And just, I'm telling you, we talked about this on Thursday on the Stash Show. Week 8, you're going to see a lot of nonsense dragons in lineups everywhere. There's going to be so much crap that happens. Anyway, changes. Justin Herbert has to go down in the quarterback rankings. He is well outside my top 12. He is outside of my top 15, Adam. That is the biggest quarterback mover of the morning. While I was doing that, I reevaluated Justin Fields. I slightly moved him down. He is no longer in my top 12. But with Herbert going down, it's because there's no Quentin Johnston. We know his running game is a mess. I think the Chargers are going to flow their offense through Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey. And I really tried hard to figure out, well, which one is the best one? And they're both number 2 receivers. Here's what I came up with. This is the stat that sold me. You can tell me if it sells you. We know that Herbert and Allen, when they play a lot. They're in line to get a lot of targets. In the red zone this year, with Justin Herbert, not garbage time. We have a garbage time filter. I don't know if you knew that, but we've got one. No. Both of them ran a ton of routes. The target per route run rate for Ladd McConkey in the red zone this year is 15.8%. And that's because Quentin Johnston, when he's playing, he's in the red zone too. He's getting a lot of looks. His target per route run rate is 31.3%. That's really high. That means about a third of every route that he's running, he's getting a target in the red zone. Woo, you love that for fantasy. Keenan Allen's target per route run rate, and this is with Quentin Johnston on the field, mind you, in the red zone, is 43.8%. This is who Justin Herbert looks for in the red zone. I moved Keenan Allen ahead of Ladd McConkey. He is a top 15 receiver in full PPR. Ladd McConkey is top 20-ish. Quentin Johnston is top 1 zillion-ish because you can't start him. He's not going to play. And that's the long and the short of it. The fact that they're taking on Miami and that their run game is dust definitely makes it a lot more easier to go with those 2 wide receivers. Those are the biggest changes that I've made in my rankings so far this morning.
Okay, so I got a lot to say to refute you. First of all, they're both top 20-ish, so whatever. We're going to start Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen with a lot more confidence than we had before. I don't really downgrade Herbert much because like Herbert showed he could be really good last year without Quentin Johnston doing anything, without Keenan Allen being on the team. I think he has enough against Miami to get by. But he does have 3 straight games with fewer than 17 fantasy points. So he's been struggling. I don't think he's like an automatic start. It's just the matchup that we like, right? So there's that. I think.
No, I want you to keep going. I'll save my comment.
No, I mean, I think that the biggest, what I really want to know about is how you're feeling about the weather games and what we're doing with Baltimore and the Rams and Carolina. And we welcome Jamey in as well. We're talking about weather here. And I thought maybe those 2 games would have your biggest rankings changers right now. I mean, I'm looking at a lineup right now, Matthew Stafford versus Caleb Williams, and I don't really know what to do. So the situation there is both, the game in Carolina and the game in Baltimore are going to have some bad weather. It looks like Carolina is going to be worse, going to be windier, according to Kevin Roth of Roto Grinders as of right now. This is definitely one where you want to come back for our noon to 1 show where we can really check in on this and get better info. But Dave, what are we doing about the bad weather right now?
Well, remember the key here is wind, not rain, and it doesn't sound like the rain is going to be that big of a deal. We know that forecasts change, so I think it's smart to wait until 12 o'clock. But according to Kevin Roth, and this is basically for both Carolina and Baltimore, wind is going to be around 15 miles an hour sustained with wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour, and that's obviously going to impact the kicking game for the Cowboys, for the Panthers, for the Rams, for the Ravens. Not that the Ravens are going to score a ton of points. I don't think they will. But also the deep passing game is going to be impactful. Obviously, it's going to hurt Cooper Rush. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to have to sit him. But Dak Prescott, you downgrade him a little bit. Matthew Stafford probably should get a slight downgrade as well. They're still going to be able to throw those intermediate passes. Think about all the throws that we see from Matthew Stafford to Puka Nacua where he's wide open 13 yards downfield. I don't think the wind is going to take that ball and push it out of bounds. I don't think the throws that Dak throws underneath to Jake Ferguson are suddenly going to be caught up in the wind and the ball swirls around. It's not like a tornado's on the field. So if there's a downgrade, it's going to be very small for those two quarterbacks. I'd be much more concerned about starting Josh Carty, Brandon Aubrey, the kickers that maybe you've been using on the Cowboys and the Rams, and maybe you've been using the Ravens kicker for some ungodly reason, Panthers kicker. Move away from them.
Okay, I'm going to start Caleb Williams over Matthew Stafford because the Ravens are getting a little healthier. They got Marlon Humphrey and Kyle Hamilton coming back this week.
And they made moves this week to improve their secondary, which I think will help. But when they made those moves, their pass rush took a big hit. And so Stafford might have a little more time.
Yeah, no, I'm not sitting Stafford. I'm going to play it a to safer.
You are. You just said you're going to start Caleb Williams over Stafford.
Yeah, I'm not sitting Stafford in general. I like Caleb Williams. The Commanders, before they did well against Justin Herbert. Before that, they had allowed 292 or more passing yards, multiple touchdown passes, and 22.7 or more fantasy points to three straight quarterbacks from weeks 2 through 4. Anyway, Jamey, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk about the Cardinals. What are we doing with Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Carter, Trey McBride, as we don't expect Jacoby Brissett to play? We'll do a little bit more.
We do expect Jacoby Brissett.
Kyler Murray to play. Yeah, sorry. Jacoby Brissett is going to likely start. We'll do like 5 more minutes of news, and then we'll get to your questions here because I know you all have a lot of them. But Jamey, what are we doing about the Cardinals?
Not a thing. I wonder if it'll be better for them, just with a quarterback that might play a little bit more on schedule. So less running, more pass attempts, maybe 4 or 5. But I don't think Kyler as a passer is necessarily a great thing across the board. So Brissett, we've seen certainly in the last few stops, more so than earlier in his career, has been good for his receiving options. So hopefully it's a little bit of a bump for McBride and for Harrison, but I just didn't move them at all.
Do you want the numbers for some of his pass catchers and running backs, for Jacoby Brissett's running backs and pass catchers over the last 3 seasons?
Well, I only remember Jacoby Brissett. I remember calling Jacoby Brissett fantasy poison. Those exact words going into, but Cleveland is the only situation. Unless he did it, I don't remember him being good.
Cleveland was where he did the best.
Yeah, that was the only good situation that we've ever seen with Jacoby Brissett, basically, in his career for fantasy options. I mean, that might be an exaggeration, but I feel like he's been really bad for options, for fantasy options. And he averaged 5.2 yards per attempt with the Patriots in 5 starts in 2024, and that is awful. So, anything else?
They had nobody though.
Right, but you say he's been good for his fantasy options. Who are you talking about other than the Cleveland stint?
The Cleveland situation.
Yeah, that's it. The only one. He was good that 1 year of his entire career. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm encouraged to move Trey McBride up because the career track record of Jacoby Brissett targeting his tight ends is really good. He did it a lot not a ton in Cleveland, and he did a little bit in New England. His Hunter Henry did better with him than other receivers did in New England, and there weren't a lot of good receivers. To Jamey's point, I would, if he's going to keep passes short, I don't know if that helps Marvin Harrison Jr., who's not running a ton of short routes. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if this is going to be a bunch of dinking and dunking from Jacoby Brissett, and that's going to be great for McBride. Might be good for guys like Greg Dortch. Could be good for Michael Carter. Running backs, there's a pretty decent track record of running backs putting up good numbers with Jacoby Brissett, which is kind of weird. But I would be a little nervous about Marvin Harrison Jr.
All right. We can get to the rest through questions here, but the other headlines, Dave kind of mentioned earlier, Quentin Johnston not expected to play. Juwan Jennings is expected to play. Oh, here's one. Jennings or Bourne?
Jennings.
I have Juwan higher.
Yeah, and you can at least take that up to the inactives are announced. You have a couple of late options there. Dalton Kincaid, we don't know about. You could pivot to Dawson Knox. You could see if Kyle Pitts is available. You can make that decision on Monday if you have the roster flexibility. You could also see if Colston Loveland's available. He's questionable. And if he doesn't play, then maybe
Zach
you go to what's that?
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz. Yeah, that's a great one, right? Because that's Monday too. So here's a question: Henry, Pitts, Ertz, Njoku, and then Darnold or Goff.
Njoku for me, and then I would go Darnold.
I would agree on Darnold.
Also, Jamar Chase expected to play. Ryan Flournoy, Chase Brown, or Kenneth Gainwell.
This is how bad it's gotten for Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
I agree. What are you doing with Gainwell?
If I'm stuck in a flex spot. So basically for me, it's where I get to the Chargers running backs. That's where Gainwell comes into play.
Yeah. I get that. Total wild card. We don't know how much he's going to play.
Tell you someone I'm starting in a couple of leagues. It's not pretty. I don't want to do it, but Sterling Shepard. I was looking
I actually like that.
I don't like that, but I was looking at him versus Josh Downs. Downs is so much more big play, explosive potential. He could make your week in one play. But you look at their game logs, Shepard's been more consistent than Josh Downs, which is amazing. And that's with either Godwin or Evans playing in every game. Godwin's out, Evans out. So if you're desperate for a wide receiver, Luke McCaffrey is someone that people are pivoting to. He's 30% rostered, but Shepard is much less interested, is much less rostered than McCaffrey.
And I think the thing with Shepard is there's some long-term potential here because of how the injury is being reported for Godwin. So if Evans does not come back, and we're looking at Godwin being out now for a couple of weeks, like I know it's not pretty, and I think you expressed it like you don't want to start him, but it wouldn't shock me also if we see Tez Johnson is getting some run also.
Yes.
So just and honestly, if you're stuck tight end wise, K. Dotton could get a boost as well. So another way to go.
Excellent call. K. Dotton was good last week. When I studied Chris Godwin, I noticed, and maybe it's because I'm watching Chris Godwin and he's running in half speed compared to everybody else, but Sterling Shepard had some explosiveness in his routes and when he had the ball in his hands. Tez Johnson is a speed demon. He's also 150 pounds. So maybe on a couple of deep shots, he could actually end up being a good play. Love him for DFS. If you're desperate at wide receiver and you can't get your hands on Sterling Shepard, Shepard's safer than Tez Johnson, but Tez Johnson is interesting. I'm glad you brought him up.
Jeez. I'm about to pick up Sterling Shepard in another league right now. Unbelievable. It's going to be 3
Think of
leagues.
him as 11 PPR points.
I mean, I'm starting Blake Corum in a league right now, so I think I need to make
if you can, I'd rather start Shepard.
Oh gosh, what a nightmare. All right, let's get to some more questions here. Is there a big headline I'm missing? Let me just check the big headlines here. Oh, the 49ers wide receivers. How are we, Jamey, approaching the 49ers wide receivers, right? No. The Commanders wide receivers. There we go. Monday night, McLaurin's out. Noah Brown is out. Deebo Samuel is legitimately questionable.
At this point, I'm expecting Samuel to play. So barring something, crazy, I would play him, obviously. It would be a huge bump for Zach Ertz if clearly Deebo's out. And it would be a significant downgrade for Jaden Daniels. So just something to keep in mind there. I know for me, I'm lucky in one league where I have Jaden Daniels. I also have Caleb Williams. So if there is no Deebo, I'll just pivot to Caleb Monday night. But at this point, I think if you have Deebo Samuel, expect him to play. And McCaffrey's a wild card. I think he's in the Shepard conversation. You're desperate for somebody. He just hasn't had enough targets. He scored a couple touchdowns, but he just hasn't been consistent enough.
Sure. All right. Bo Nix or Drake May?
May.
May.
Mason Taylor or Jake Tongas?
Oh, I like both those guys. I've got Taylor one spot ahead of Tongas in full PPR.
Yes, agree.
Tony Pollard, Michael Carter, or Chris Olave, half PPR?
Pollard.
I kind of want to go Pollard there.
So do it. Stafford or Daniels?
Stafford.
Stafford.
Tyquan Thornton, Sterling Shepard, or Luke McCaffrey? Yeah, I feel you, man.
I get it. I think the most upside is with Thornton.
Most upside is with Thornton. Safest play is with Shepard. So depending on what you think you need, if we're talking about obviously third receiver or flex, I would take the high upside and go Thornton.
Me too.
All right, we got bad weather in Carolina. Are we starting Dak Prescott or Mac Jones? Oh, in my FFT Open division.
Ooh. Do we give him added advice so it helps you, Adam?
Well, it's going to help someone that's facing him. I don't know if I am.
What if you are?
Then I wouldn't be too worried about it. because I think I'm starting Sterling. I am starting Sterling Shepard in that league, so you're fine. Okay.
It's not like Dak has a noodle arm. He's got a good arm.
Yeah, and again, we're not talking about like 20 plus mile per hour winds sustained. It's 15 to 20 mile per hour winds with occasional gusts. Like, it's not raining. It's not supposed to be like this tragic weather.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Pick 2 in PPR: Henry, Jalen Warren, Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers, Troy Franklin.
Myers makes my list.
Yeah.
I go Henry and Myers.
It's not an enthusiastic vote for Henry there.
I have no enthusiastic votes for Henry this week. So I have him in 3 leagues. I'm sitting him in 1.
Mm-hmm.
1 is a guillotine league where I'm scared, and the other I just have no choice.
We can roll with Henry.
Okay. Guys, am I really starting Sterling Shepard over Jerry Jeudy?
I would.
Really?
Would you rather? I'll start 11 PPR points over Jerry Jeudy.
Okay. Drake May or Caleb Williams?
I don't know if there's going to be 11 points scored in the Steelers-Browns game.
Drake May.
Agreed.
Flex spot: Golden, Bourne, Charbonnet, or RJ Harvey. Pick 1.
I think I have Golden ranked the highest. They're back-to-back. Golden and Bourne are back-to-back. If
take
there was
Bourne.
no Juwan Jennings, this would be a slam dunk for Bourne.
We still have a banged up Juwan Jennings in a game that's expected to be a very high scoring affair. So Golden may have the most upside. I still think Bourne with the connection to Mac Jones is fine.
Okay. How about Diggs or McConkey? Non-PPR.
Oh, that makes it even easier, Stefan.
Really? We're going Diggs over.
I don't think it's easy, but I would go Diggs.
Okay.
I mean, at least one guy, for as bad as he's been, has a touchdown. Diggs
Actually, for what it's worth, I did sit Diggs for Keenan Allen. I originally had Diggs in my lineup. It was a half PPR league, and I went with Keenan Allen. Once I saw the Quentin Johnston news.
Don't hate it.
Okay. Yeah, no, but it's one I put in my phone. I might change it later, but right now I have Keenan Allen. Non-PPR: Debo, Diggs, or ETN?
Travis Etienne.
Debo for me.
Well, what do you do if Debo doesn't play?
I mean, if you want to play it safe, go ETN. But as far as everything I've seen, Debo's playing.
Okay. If we knew for sure Debo was playing,
It is non-PPR, just so you know.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Will Dalton Kincaid play?
Josh Pate, what's up, man? Looks like he has a chance to. I would want to have a tight end ready to go in case he ends up being ruled inactive.
Juwan Jennings or Kamani Vidal? Non-PPR.
Juwan.
Busy question here. Please choose 2. Half point tight end premium. Juwan Jennings, Travis Hunter, Dontavian Wicks, Luther Burden, AJ Barner, Evan Ingram, Michael Mayer.
Jennings and debating between Ingram and Barner. Ingram's probably the safest.
I would go Jennings and
Body is Wonderland. Right.
The hell?
Go Jennings and Ingram.
It's John Mayer. I thought maybe we'd go Michael Mayer there, but wait. So Dave said Jennings and who?
Reluctantly, Evan Ingram.
And Jamie said Jennings and Ingram. Okay.
Do you agree with the reluctance as well?
Yes.
Zang.
Start or sit. So let's see. 1 running back. Sit 1 running back and sit 1 wide receiver. Judkins, Dobbins, Dowdle.
I got to sit one of these guys. I think I'm sitting Dobbins. Woo.
I would sit Dobbins also.
And then we like Sutton better than Garrett Wilson. So
yes.
Sit Garrett Wilson. Kyle Pitts, Mason Taylor, or Darren Waller?
Waller,
but I do like Pitts with the Mooney injury. I know I was a little hesitant this week with Mooney potentially coming back, but now that Mooney's out, I think Pitts gets a bump. So for those of you that read Start Sit earlier in the week, he's been removed from the bust alert. But I would go with Waller as well.
Do you have a new bust alert?
No. When I change it late in the week, it's just
all right.
I mean, still we still haven't seen a tight end get more than 4 targets against Buffalo. It's still a really tough matchup, although now they're super beat up. And
I think he's not really a tight end anymore.
Then you could also start Pitts over. Would you start Pitts over Travion Henderson, Tyquan Thornton, or Troy Franklin?
Yes.
Yeah, you could do that. I do like Franklin this week.
Yeah, I think I go Franklin over Pitts. We got that number 2 wide receiver thing against
the only thing is he's not guaranteed to be the best second option. So now that Ingram 13 targets his last 2 weeks, Mims has clearly had a couple of decent games. So it's not a guarantee. I think you're going to see Pitts easily be the second option without Mooney there. So I would go Pitts.
Make it clear that you were talking about Franklin.
Franklin has not been the clear-cut second option in Denver.
Right.
Because of Mims and now Ingram. In Atlanta, it's very clear Pitts is the second option.
He's a good stash. I like Troy Franklin better as a stash than a start.
Well, this is the best chance he may have to be a guy in your lineup you can rely on because of what the track record has been for the second receiver opposite.
Okay. He plays the Giants in week 7. Maybe a good opportunity there. Cowboys in week 8, 6 teams on bye. If I've got Franklin and I don't use him this week,
don't drop him.
I bet I use him at least once.
Yeah, don't drop him.
Good point.
Right.
Shepard, Flournoy, or Franklin?
I'm going to double check my rankings on this one. I might have Flournoy higher. I do. It's very
easy for me here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that
they're all very close to each other. They're all like top 100 flex players. None that I'm like crazy about.
Okay. Let's see. We got scroll.
Like I would take Tyquan Thornton ahead of all those guys.
All right. We have a first-time watcher here.
Hey.
From Fantasy Football Imaginary Football League podcast.
I love your show.
Yeah, your show. I watch your show all the time. We got Michael Carter or Chase Brown, half PPR.
Carter.
I think it's Carter.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly, like I talked about this earlier, running backs, Ramondre Stevenson played in 5 full games and a partial 6th game with Jacoby Brissett last year. He had at least 15 PPR points in 4 of the 6, including the partial game. We saw Nick Chubb have some big games with Jacoby Brissett in that fateful 22 season. I think that there's something there, like those little check down throws. I think Carter can get those. And I wonder if he starts to eat into some of those passing down snaps after DeMarcado's botch last week.
Bryce Young or Justin Fields?
Fields, but it's close.
Agreed.
Jennings or T. Higgins, PPR?
T for me.
I would go with T. Higgins.
Now, everyone knows I don't like coffee, but I got to say, tea is even more disgusting. Gosh, tea is bad. Dave drinks his coffee. Neither of you drink tea. That was one of my favorite.
When my throat's sore, I drink tea.
No, it's gross. That's one of my favorite recurring jokes in Ted Lasso, where he's just constantly talking about how gross tea is. Looking forward to the return of that show. Zay Flowers. I didn't get to this news item. I didn't actually see the full report when I did the show earlier this morning. Zay Flowers is expected to play, but might be limited in his snaps.
Mm-hmm.
So Flowers or Romeo Dobbs?
Romeo Dobbs for me.
Still Flowers for me.
All right, Jamie says Flowers. Dave says
Romeo. I would
Romeo.
downgrade expectations for Flowers. Cooper Rush is his quarterback. Downfield throws could be a problem for him because of the wind. It's already a problem because it's Cooper Rush and it's the Rams. That's a good defense. I've got Flowers ranked 30th in PPR at wide receiver.
Nice hoodie, Adam. Thank you. You will not see me wearing this on 3 straight streams. Pick 2, Sean Tucker, Kendrick Bourne, Troy Franklin, or Kamani Vidal?
Bourne and Franklin are probably the most fun.
Yeah, easy, those choices.
Just drink water in the morning. I do drink water. I don't like drinking water in the morning. I love water. I'm a big water guy. It's basically all I drink. But in the morning, it's not my favorite. I don't know. It's too cold.
I'm a little hesitant to tell you who told me that it will help you if you drink water first thing in the morning, because it's going to send us on a tangent.
I have to know. Dan Schneier. Dan doesn't know anything. Dan, Dan's
he knows a lot.
knowledge-
Unfortunately, some things he knows that I didn't know he didn't need to know.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, Travion Henderson, Mason Taylor, or JMO in the flex?
Is
I'll
it
take Taylor.
PPR?
I don't know.
Taylor's safest in PPR, but if it's half or non-PPR, I'd ride the Lightning with JMO.
I don't know how safe Mason Taylor is against the Broncos. It's just they could destroy Justin Fields.
They might, but it's the role that he's been playing the last couple of weeks that encourages me.
Got 25 targets in the last 3 games.
I know, but they've got Dallas and who are the last two teams they played? Dallas and the Dolphins, right? They're coming off the best matchups in the world. All right, Harrison or Kendrick Bourne? I'm going Harrison.
Still Marv.
Yep.
You might be able to, yeah, still Marv.
Golden or Jennings? Golden or JMO? Half PPR. One of them's full, one of them's half.
Jennings and Golden.
Jennings and Golden. Yes, I agree.
Tea over coffee. Might as well put toilet water on there. That's how I feel about this comparison.
I don't think Mike drinks toilet water.
Drake May or Justin Fields, 6 point.
Drake.
May.
If only I knew his middle name, I could have
Look
jumped
it
in
up.
on that. Yeah.
You want to take a guess on what it is?
Yes, I would. Drake May's middle name is Nathaniel. Drake Nathaniel May.
Jamey, do you have a guess?
Christopher.
Drake Lee May.
Well,
We're going to call him that tonight if he has a big game.
you can't spell Nathaniel without two of the letters in Lee. Swift or Carter, half PPR?
Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
I have a really stacked team. Good for you, Miguel. Oh, way to go, Miguel. I'm starting Sterling Shepard in 4 leagues, Miguel. Yeah. So sit 2, Jacobs, Kyron, White, Rico. London, Waddle, Pickens, Ibuka. What do we only need to sit one of each?
PPR sit 2.
Or just
right.
sit 2 in general?
He's got a great team, but he didn't phrase his question the best way. So let's sit 1 running back. I think it's got to be White here. Sorry, James.
I'd sit Rico.
And London, Waddle, Pickens, Ibuka. That's probably going to be London who I would sit.
Oh.
I'd agree with that. I'd sit Rico in London.
So you wouldn't say let's sit Pickens because of the weather?
No. Nope.
All right. So you know what? It's 9 o'clock. We'll do a little bit of a reset here. We welcome you to Fantasy Football today. Thanks for watching. Presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. We've got another stream at noon to 1. So really the only questions that we really need to get to are the Jets Broncos ones. I haven't seen a lot of those. So which is interesting because I would have thought right now we'd be getting a lot of Garrett Wilson. Oh, here's one. Garrett Wilson, Calvin Ridley, or Jawan Jennings. Pick 2.
I'd sit Ridley.
I would sit Jennings.
All right. But anyway, let's give you the headlines here. We'll fire through them. There are a lot today. So it doesn't sound like you guys are making any big moves based on weather. We're looking at weather in Baltimore, and we're looking at weather in Carolina. But Dave, nothing major there for you?
No, I got to move the kickers down.
Okay. There's no way we're dropping Brandon Aubrey, though. Don't do that.
Drop? No. Just lower expectations. That's all you can do for a stud like Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah. It doesn't look like we have terrible weather in these situations. But again, that could always change. So make sure you stay tuned to Fantasy Football today. Noon to 1. We'll keep you updated on that. Jamey, our next headline, Kyler Murray expected to miss today's game at Indianapolis. You said no big change for you with McBride and Harrison and Carter.
Correct.
All right. Jamar Chase expected to play with an illness. Jamey, what are we doing? You just seem kind of convinced that Debo is playing on Monday with McLaurin out, Noah Brown out. If you have Debo Samuel, are you also trying to pick up Luke McCaffrey or someone else that plays on Monday night?
I mean, you certainly could do that. There's a guy that's readily available everywhere, and that's Luther Burden. Talk of him getting a little bit bigger role. So if you want to go that route, if McCaffrey's not available, Jalen Lane, I guess, is another one, that would get a bump if there's no Debo as well. So keep those 2 guys on the radar if you have an ad drop potentially to make. But yeah, I at this point, everything I've seen is Debo's going to play. I'll just confirm that right now.
Yeah. And then Dave, what do we think about Dalton Kincaid?
If he plays, he's a must start. He's earned it. He's not necessarily getting a ton of targets, but he's making a bunch of big plays for Buffalo. I know that the Falcons have some good personnel that can slow down tight ends. I really don't care. I think Kincaid's earned the right to be a must-start player. If we hear something that suggests that he could be limited or he might not play, then obviously you've got to move on.
Okay. Zay Flowers is expected to play, but he could be limited. Is he in your top 24, Zay Flowers?
Not mine.
Okay.
Right near it for me. I'd start him over Wilson, for example. I'd start him over I think in PPR at least.
What about Romeo Doubs? Would you start him over Doubs?
I would. I think to me the weather's not going to impact him. He hasn't been going downfield at all. So with Cooper Rush, so I think he'll still get his 6-7 catches.
Okay, so that's Zay Flowers you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was I going to say? Oh, would you start him over Sutton?
No.
Would I start Flowers over Sutton? No.
Okay. And Quentin Johnston likely going to miss today's game. This really sucks for me. Jalen Coker is out. Calvin Austin is out. Juwan Jennings is expected to play. Darnell Mooney is out. Colston Loveland is questionable. Alvin Kamara is supposed to play. I mentioned this morning, but what do you think about the Jaguars passing game? Because you got both starting corners out or doubtful, plus a starting safety doubtful for the Seahawks. They have been playing with a kind of an injured secondary, but this is really bad now. So did you boost Brian Thomas Jr., Trevor Lawrence, or anything like that?
I mean, if you rank Brian Thomas Jr. as a top 24 receiver anyway, you're kind of boosting him, and you're doing it because you know he's got potential to break out, and he's shown signs of starting to like put it all together. But it's been slow, and I get the hesitation. I still have him as a top 24 receiver. I think it helps that it's not just the secondary that's beat up. The pass rush for Seattle is also beat up. So I think if you look at Brian Thomas Jr. as a number 2 receiver, Trevor Lawrence should have time to locate him. There's no Brenton Strange, so that's a short area target that's missing in Jacksonville. I think you could build the case that BTJ is okay.
Okay.
Number 3.
So we're going to get back to your questions, but, we talk about rates a lot. Target per route run rate, yards per route run. How about like to view rate? Our like to view rate is 10% right now. Not good enough. We got 2,811 people watching. We have 260 likes. It's not even 10%. We need to get some more likes. I'm not answering another question until we get to 500 likes, folks. Okay, we can do this. That's 240 likes. Hit that like button. You've got fingers. You're watching the show. You hit that like button. Let's get this momentum going here. Yep, exactly, Dave. Thank you very much.
Should I go like our show? Does it count if I like it?
Yeah, I'm hitting it right now. 353. Dave's going to make that 354. We can get to 500. We can get to 500 before I finish this very long, slow sentence that we're at 506 likes. Let's do it. Judkins or Rico?
Judkins.
I agree.
I do apologize to the fingerless people out there. Sorry, Nick. Hurting with Murray out. Trevor Lawrence or Sam Darnold?
Darnold.
Gentlemen, just wanted to know that we cherish you. Well, thank you.
Aww, finally. I mean, I'll speak for my family. They don't,
Yeah. Oh,
you didn't take out the garbage again? No, dear. Sorry.
That I always do that. Dowdle or Brian Thomas Jr. or Pickens? Pick 2. I liked. Thank you, Punch.
He liked. We have to answer. I would sit BTJ.
Yeah. I would sit BTJ also.
DK Metcalf, Quinshon Judkins, Chase Brown, sit 1.
Chase Brown. Is it PPR?
Yes.
I don't think it matters, actually.
I'll sit Metcalf.
And he says, love the show. My wife, not so much. Does that mean he doesn't love his wife so much, or his wife doesn't love the show so much?
Sounds like he's got some marital issues. We can address those for him if he wants to talk about them.
It's a safe space, Scott. Okay, London, Sutton, or McConkey?
London. We're picking 1 or 2.
Hey, why don't you rank them?
London, McConkey, Sutton.
If it's full PPR, I'll go Sutton. No, London, Sutton, Ladd.
Okay. Adam, you're the man. Thank you very much. Next question. No, we'll go back to it. Adam, you're the man at wide receiver. Keenan Allen Keenan Allen over Brian Thomas Jr., right? We got to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or would you
both
throw
tight
in
ends over Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Keep your lineup like that and start Keenan Allen. Derrick Henry or DeAndre Swift, PPR?
DeAndre.
DeAndre.
We have to specify Henry's here if it's a flex spot. I'm assuming that's Derrick. Maybe Hunter, actually. What would you go, Hunter Henry or DeAndre Swift?
Swift over both Henrys.
Okay. Dak Prescott or Drake May?
Dak.
Shaheed or Vidal?
Shaheed.
Judkins or Rico?
I regret that one, but I think you just go the safe route.
Yeah, I get it. For sure. Judkins or Rico?
I think you just asked that. Judkins.
Agreed.
Sorry, I did.
I think it was part of another question.
Great show. Oh, greetings from Germany.
Hey.
All right. Getting ready for a game next week, I think, right?
Time.
Sutton or Chase Brown?
Cortland Sutton, please.
Sutton's probably safer. Wouldn't surprise me if Brown has a better day, though.
Let's see. If next week's in Wembley. I don't know when's the Germany game. Whatever. We'll figure it out some other time.
I think it's week 9.
Week 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Can't
Cardinals, Cowboys, is that the game?
Sure. Oh. Garrett Wilson or Roma Dunze?
Not even close this week.
I mean,
you got to
talk about like planetary alignment in the Milky Way.
They're not that close. They're in different continents, but Romo Dunze is the answer for us. Barner or Tongas?
I will take Tongas.
Okay, it's Colts Falcons in Germany.
Okay. Barner or Tongas? We're going Tongas here. You spend too much time talking about Adam's idiosyncrasies. Waste of time. Get a therapist. Don't you see, Mark? You are my therapist. All of you are my therapist.
Good job, Mark. Good job being a therapist for us.
Yeah, thank you. Luke McCaffrey or Troy Franklin?
Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin.
Rico Dowdle, Brian Thomas Jr., or George Pickens? You got to sit one. We're going to sit Brian Thomas Jr.
Yes.
Haskins or Vidal, and Fields or Lawrence?
Fields over Lawrence. I've got Vidal over Haskins. That's my dart throw, though.
Fields or Stafford?
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford.
Mason Taylor or Troy Franklin?
Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor.
Would you drop Travion Henderson or Jordan Mason for Chase Brown?
Would I drop Henderson or Mason for Chase Brown? I would drop Henderson for Chase Brown, yes.
Wow. I don't think I would. Maybe. I don't know. It's not, listen, if Chase Brown is on your waiver wire, it's probably not a deep league.
Right.
Like the context is obviously important. Maybe Chase Brown for Travion, maybe.
If you have to start someone in the immediate future, then I think you want Chase Brown. But if you're just playing the long-term game, probably want Henderson, the guy who, even with Ramondre Stevenson fumbling every game, still can't get more work and hasn't been that good when he's gotten the work. Yet we love Travion Henderson because obviously
today will be an interesting day for it, though, Adam, because it's the first game the Patriots will have without Antonio Gibson playing.
That's true.
It's a good matchup.
A lot of the game last week. It's a great matchup. All right, Sutton or Diggs?
Stephon Diggs. Go Bulls.
What are your thoughts on Mason Taylor this week?
Well, he's very handsome. He's got amazing lineage because both his uncle and his father played in the National Football League. They are
5 for
the Miami Dolphins.
5 for 68, says Jamey.
Yeah, it's going to be more like 7 for 72.
Whoa, big game.
And a 2-point conversion.
Sit one in PPR. DJ Moore, Mason Taylor, Troy Franklin.
Sit Troy.
Sit Troy, but would not surprise me if Franklin's better than DJ Moore.
Shaheed or Dobbs?
I would be like Juliet and call out Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo?
Wherefore?
Whatever.
Metcalf or DeAndre Swift, PPR?
Poetry nerd over here. Swift.
Swift.
Dave, we have to answer the rest of these questions in iambic pentameter.
I don't know what that is.
I don't remember. It's what Shakespeare writes it. Charbonnet or RJ Harvey?
Charbonnet.
Charbonnet with the hope he scores.
Is it what Shakespeare? Yeah. It's poetic meter consisting of 5 pairs of unstressed and stressed syllables per line.
Adam, your idiosyncrasies are sinking our show. Get a therapist.
Golden or Dobbs?
Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Romeo.
Knicks or Darnold?
Where you at, Romeo? Sam Darnold, please.
Bo Nix.
Brian Thomas Jr. or Calvin Ridley? Half.
I'd rather BTJ. Can I hear a little bit more on Bo Nix, Jamey? Where do you have him ranked? What do you expect?
AETS. I have him ranked 12th.
That's fair. Yeah, I've got him in that same range. I Darnold's in that range for me too. I think they're both safe. 19, 20, 21 fantasy points. Maybe a little bit more upside than that.
So it'd be like Bo Nix is gonna have a game. I think that would be iambic pentameter. Something like that.
Don't ever do that again.
Nice. Montgomery or Dobbs?
I think I have Dobbs higher. I'm double checking.
Montgomery.
Dave really likes Dobbs.
I believe I have Dobbs higher.
I'm your therapist. Drake May or Bryce Young? 4 point.
That's Dr. Neo to you.
Drake May.
Agreed.
Chase Brown or David Montgomery?
Montgomery.
Chase Brown if it's PPR.
All right, we got Ramondre Stevenson, J-Mo, or Njoku at flex.
Ooh,
I kind of like
taking that
Ramondre.
back. Give me Montgomery. I have Montgomery ranked higher.
I would take Ramondre.
Probably Ramondre. Nah. I don't love any of those guys. Dak for me over Love.
Dak over Love.
Okay. Let's see, we got some fresh ones here. Derrick Henry or Xavier Worthy, PPR?
The receiver.
Worthy.
He is worthy.
Caleb Williams or Bo Nix?
Caleb.
Agreed.
How about, should I drop Ioman? Oh, Buffalo DST or New Orleans DST? Look at this very well-crafted comment here. Yeah, Bills or Saints?
Bills.
Buffalo's DST, please.
Should I drop Iomanor for Hunter or Gainwell? Half PPR.
Are we losing our love for Io Manor?
I mean, I kind of think this is a great opportunity for Cam Ward against this defense, the secondary. So,
agreed. Yeah.
So drop Io Manor for Hunter.
It's Gainwell that I'm kind of thinking about as the stat.
Yeah, I'd rather roster Gainwell than Io Manor if you're not starting Io Manor.
Me too.
Okay.
It could backfire. It really could. If Gainwell literally goes back to the role he had prior to his breakout game where he's getting you 6 fantasy points, you're going to wish you had Io Manor. You might wish you had Hunter. But I kind of like the idea of stashing Gainwell with the thought being that he does get a little bit more work in Pittsburgh.
All right, this one's from Taffy77. Anyone ever call you Saltwater?
Or Laffy?
Am I right? Up top, Laffy? Yeah, up top. Mason Taylor, Kendrick Bourne, Rashid Shaheed, Sterling Shepard, pick 2 in full PPR.
The first 2.
I would go with the first 2, yes.
How about Mason Taylor or Zach Charbonnet?
Taylor.
Travion Henderson, Mason Taylor, or Al Golden?
Al Golden? You never start Al Golden. Bengals fans are learning that.
Yeah. What do you think? Henderson, Mason Taylor, or Matthew Golden? I'm going Golden here.
I'm checking Taylor versus Golden in my rankings.
I would go with Taylor.
I have Golden higher. Do I?
You guys hope Taylor has a good game.
It's very close between the two. I have Golden a little higher. Hashtag
Jalen Warren, Brian Thomas Jr., or Michael Carter. Ooh.
Brian Thomas.
I would go with Carter.
I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. also. Although I could use a nice Michael Carter day here. Rank them. Troy Franklin, Josh Downs. What'd you say?
So could Arizona.
Yeah. Troy Franklin, Josh Downs, Tyquan Thornton.
Thornton, Franklin, Downs.
Franklin, Thornton, Downs.
All right. We need to start 3. Jonathan Taylor, yes. Jahmyr Gibbs, yes. So then we're down to, oh my goodness.
I'm assuming it's Javonte Williams. I'd go Javonte.
Yeah. Javonte. But am I right? Like about that Taylor and
yeah, Taylor and Gibbs are no-brainers. It's I would think Javonte
kind of is too.
Yeah.
All these guys are no-brainers. You have incredible
Good
running.
for you, Zachary. Sorry about your team's first game, though.
Yeah, not so sorry, not sorry. PPR need 2. Walker, Stevenson.
Hail to Pitt.
Oh, Walker, Stevenson, or Tyler Warren.
How do you know it's Tyler and not Jaden?
It could be probably is Jalen Warren. Sorry. We need 2 of those 3.
I would sit Ramondre.
I would sit Warren.
And then Mason Taylor or Juwan Johnson.
Taylor.
Agreed.
Full PPR, Swift, Ferguson, Pollard, or Stevenson. Ooh, Ferguson.
Yeah.
I would go
That would be my pick.
Okay. Oh, a London game question.
Oh, good.
Justin Fields or Daniel Jones? Sweet Tea is the only. Yeah, I don't really consider Sweet Tea to be tea, but fair. Justin Fields or Indianapolis Jones?
It's Indiana Jones, you nerd.
I'm aware.
Great avatar.
Yeah. Nice jacket, Dave.
I would go with Fields slightly ahead of Jones.
Agreed.
Okay, I already answered this one. Michael Carter or Tony Pollard today?
Pollard.
I was just looking at one of my lineups and struggling with that decision myself. I'm going to go Pollard.
Pollard gives me the willies today. We cannot have more of a split. We just can't. Like, once that happens, it's just going to be bad news for everyone.
Well,
it's probably going to happen.
I agree, but it could be a bigger split because of who they're playing when they finally have a chance to maybe lean on their run game a little bit more.
I mean, I get it, but the Raiders actually, I think, are favored, and they have a good run defense.
Oh, I don't disagree with that, but if you just look at their opponents so far, like this is the one that they're actually walking into and saying,
yeah,
maybe we have a chance to win. And yes, while their run defense is not a significant weakness, I do like the fact that what we've seen from even last week with Spears active, 3 catches in every game for Pollard over the last month.
What do you think? Should I start Cam Ward or Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco.
I'd go Flacco. More upside.
All right, me too. This show or any other fantasy football program? I'd have to say all of the other ones.
Well, what about the Fantasy Football Imaginary Podcast Fantasy
Show?
Justin
Fields or Bo Nix?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Coleman, Judy, Tongas, Horton, Pierce. 2.
Tongas is the easy one for me. I would go with Judy.
Is that who I have ranked the highest? I kind of have a feeling about Pierce today.
It's a tough feeling. I mean, he's one highest.
I would look for Tyquan Thornton, Trey Tucker, Ryan Flournoy, Sterling Shepard, Troy Franklin. Like one of those guys, I'd probably rather start than Judy.
Who's the best stash in this group? Jaden Blue, Colson Loveland, or Luther Burden?
Loveland.
The best stash? I mean, Blue's an injury away from being the starting running back for the Cowboys, so I would probably go with him.
Wilson, Dobbs, or Cup?
Which Wilson? Garrett?
Garrett.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Still Wilson.
That's who I'd pick. Garrett Wilson.
Would you rather have half of Harvey or Hunter at flex?
Well, do I get
hamburger?
What?
It would.
Just H's. I'd go with Harvey.
What the hell? I'll take Hunter.
Ken Walker or Michael Carter?
Walker.
I'm going to scan for London questions. Sutton, Waddle, Keenan Allen start 2.
So I think I'd sit Sutton there.
I'm benching Sutton. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. We have it. You know what, Thomas? Maybe if you can find some London questions.
Thomas, can you do my job for me?
Drake London or Ken Walker, standard scoring.
London.
I agree.
Yeah, that was not a real London question. ETN or Bill?
Kind of was. That's not. I think I have Bill higher.
I'll take Bill.
Here we go. Mason Taylor or Kincaid or Pitts?
Ooh, okay. So
I would wait out the Monday night situation.
Right. I would lean on Kincaid, and if Kincaid is out, you can start Pitts.
I would go Pitts either way, but if you really want to play Kincaid, just wait it up.
Garrett Wilson or Jamison Williams?
Wilson.
Agreed.
Stafford or Daniel Jones?
Stafford.
Agreed.
Stafford in the wind. Breece Hall or Rico Dowdle?
I don't even know what song you were trying to sing.
That was Dust in the Wind.
That's not Dust in the Wind.
Oh, we are Stafford in the wind. Breece Hall, Rico Dowdle.
That sounded more like it. What's up, Johnny? I would go with Breece.
Oh, interesting. I think I'd go with Dowdle. Fields or Caleb?
Caleb Williams.
And okay, here we go. Sorry. Bourne or Franklin?
Kendrick Bourne.
Fields or Darnold?
Sam.
Fields.
Mason or Bourne?
Mason.
Yeah, Mason Taylor.
Yeah, a Bill or Hall?
Hall.
I think I have Bill higher.
Mason Taylor or Swift?
I do have Bill higher.
It's a Taylor Swift question.
I kind of like Swift a little more.
By the way, bros out there, deal with what I'm about to say. The new Taylor Swift album is really good. No, do not drop Darren Waller for Mason Taylor, right? No, we don't want to do that.
I can't imagine that being a good idea.
Breece Hall or Stephon Diggs?
In 2 weeks, that might be a good idea, maybe, but not now.
I'll take Diggs.
I'll take Breece.
And Mason Taylor or Taysom Hill, half PPR.
Mason Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben's fandom.
Oh, yeah. Coleman or Franklin?
Franklin.
This is how bad it's gotten for Keon. Yes, Franklin.
I know, what a bummer.
And
I'll just do a couple more questions here. Garrett Wilson, Tetaroa McMillan, or Xavier Worthy? Pick 2.
Sit Wilson.
That's one where I think you can get away with sitting Garrett Wilson.
And here's one where you can get away with sitting Wilson. Wilson or Diggs?
Diggs.
Yeah, you're right.
Goff or Mac Jones?
I have Mac higher.
Especially PPR.
Bryce Young, Mac Jones, or Tua?
Mac Jones.
Agreed.
I'm not going to answer any more London questions because lineups have locked for those leagues, for that game. Ken Walker or Corey Krosky-Merritt?
Bill.
Brian Thomas Jr. or Keenan Allen?
Allen.
Keenan.
Taysom SZN. Oh, Ben, love it. How Adam's therapist needs a therapist. How y'all feel about McBride today?
Must start tight end.
Agreed.
Traded Tony Pollard, Tyler Warren, and DeAndre Swift for CeeDee Lamb in non-PPR.
It's a pretty good haul for Lamb.
I mean, this is probably a 10-team league, I'm going to guess. Maybe not. I guess not. I shouldn't say that. If you really, the only thing you're losing here is the tight end, because if you have the running backs to replace Pollard and Swift, you're getting a huge upgrade at wide receiver.
Yeah, it's a risky trade, but I think we like it here.
I just hope he's the same guy when he comes back.
Oh no, this was a London question. Rico or Dobbins? I would have gone Rico.
I would have too.
Higgins or Golden?
Higgins.
Kendry Miller, Kamani Vidal, or Gainwell? We need to start 2 of these guys.
Oh, goodness. I'd probably sit Gainwell.
I would sit Miller.
Ooh.
What is this, Dave? Aurelio's or Kim's uncle?
I'm born and bred Aurelio's. So as much Kim's uncle is good. That's some good pizza right there. But Aurelio's to me is like, it's in my heart. Literally, it's in my heart. My cardiologist said I can't have it anymore.
Oh, Daniel Caps. Daniel Caps, you've been asking since 8:45. I haven't not seen a single one of your questions. I'm sorry. First of all, let's try to keep politics out of here. But yeah, I would have answered.
We work for CBS. We're CBS fans.
Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, I sometimes people ask and ask and ask. We get so many questions and they go so fast that it is really hard for me to see. So I apologize.
Doesn't everybody watch Face the Nation every Sunday morning while you're setting your lineups and drinking your tea? Thank you. Thank you.
Gino, Penix, or Rattler?
Gino.
Really? I might go Penix. I don't know if I start Gino, man. I know it's a great matchup, but
yeah, no, it's horrible options there. T. Higgins, Shakir, or Bourne in a guillotine league?
T is whoever.
I'm playing Shakir.
Shakir for Jamey.
Did you give me crap yet for ruining the bet? No,
I did give him crap.
When did you give me crap?
Well, no, jokingly. We had a nice
crap. You were upset during the show, rightly so, and we had a chat after the show, and I'm truly sorry about ruining that bit. But I had no idea that Dan didn't know. I thought Dan knew.
No,
would not have said a thing if I knew that Dan wasn't supposed to
know. You should start Jalen Waddle over Deebo Samuel just in case Deebo doesn't play.
Yes.
Tyquan Thornton or Ladd McConkey. We're going McConkey here.
Mm-hmm.
Henderson or Carter.
I've got a lot of questions if Ladd doesn't have a good game today.
Henderson or Carter. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Been asking since 8 a.m. Give me a running back and a flex.
We weren't even here at 8 a.m. unless it was 8 a.m. Central. One running back and a flex for Dino. Thank you for sticking around, Dino. I don't know who RJ Barrett is. I'll go Brian Thomas Jr. and Matthew Golden.
I will take the running back would be.
Oh, I've started running back.
Travion, and the flex will be
Thomas.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm sorry for not recognizing what Dino's been asking since 8 a.m.
Jacoby Brissett or Spencer Rattler, the last one for today.
Oh gosh, what a question to go out on. I will go with Brissett.
I'll take Brissett as well.
The username.
I take Rattler if Christian Gonzalez is out. Can I say that? If Christian Gonzalez is out, I'll take Rattler.
Okay.
If Christian Gonzalez plays, I'll start Brissett.
Do we think that this guy that Keith Hummings is using as a avatar or whatever, do we think he kind of looks like Heath? That guy who stands up in the crowd?
Maybe a little bit.
I think he looks like Heath.
From a distance, like that small of a picture.
You've seen that guy though, right? I mean, he's
yeah.
I think he looks like Heath.
Also reminds me of Kramer.
He looks like Heath and Kramer, and Abraham Lincoln. Exactly, he looks like Abraham Lincoln to me. Yes. All right, that's it for this edition. We'll be back at noon Eastern to answer more of your questions. I'm going to cry in a corner as I look at my horrible lineups. Good luck to all of you. Hope you're not starting Sterling Shepard in as many leagues as I am. We will talk to you at noon right here, youtube.com/fantasyfootball today. Hit that like button on the way out. See ya.